Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. Pots and Petals here, everything garden and allotment related. It's Friday the 1st of December and it certainly feels like it because we've got a little sprinkling of snow this morning which has made everything just look beautiful. It looks like the skies are starting to clear now, so we're in for quite a cold day today, but it doesn't look like we're in for any more snow, which is a little bit sad because I do like quite a heavy snowfall. I know some of you down in the south and also up in the north, you've had quite a bit of snow, which I'm a little bit jealous about given that I've got some time off and it just would have been nice to get out in it. But hey ho, hopefully we'll get a little bit more later in the year. What do you think about snow? I know a lot of people sort of like it, they hate it. I'm a lover, to be fair. So I'll show you the pond in a little while because it's frozen solid. It's about 2-3 inches thick. I could probably throw a brick at it and it probably wouldn't break. So yeah, I'll show you around. There isn't a huge amount to do today. I am going to set up a fire, have a nice cup of coffee, and it's just going to be a relaxing day really. I don't think I'm going to spend too long down here, but we'll just see what the wildlife's doing, see if there's anything going on. Might give one of the composts a bit of a turn, but yeah, there's nothing really planned. So just sit back, relax today, and hopefully I'll be back down here tomorrow with a proper little adventure down on the plot. But there is one job that we must do today. It's the 1st of December. I've brought some little decorations from home and I've also brought some battery lights. So we're going to decorate the Christmas tree today and get a little bit Christmassy. So this is the pond, guys, and it is pretty solid. I mean, that's my foot and there's a bit of give, but not much. But let's see what happens when we chuck this on. That is solid. Now, the sun is on its way out, so I'm guessing it is going to start to thaw out soon. But I did want to just try and make a little hole in there in case there is anything under there that needs to get out. Now, if you do have a pond and you've got fish, a little idea is a ping pong ball. Just pop that on top and that will float around and that should stop that icy layer from forming. Hey, are your tootsies cold? Come on, we've got a fire. Come here. Come on, girlie. I know it's cold, isn't it? See? Can you see Puss Puss? She's sunning herself up in that person's polyhouse back there. Look at her. Little cutie. I think it's a her, and we still don't have a name, so maybe that's something we need to sort out. Anyone think of a cute name for her? So it's the 1st of December, we've had a sprinkling of snow, so I thought let's get the tree decorated today. It's the first time I've had a little tree down here before. It's a Norwegian spruce and I've got it potted up, so hopefully I can keep this year on year. We've got a few battery powered lights and some baubles as well, but I did forget a star, so I need to pop out and get one of those too. If you have bought your Christmas tree already, but you haven't planned on putting it up, the best thing to do is just keep it outside in a bucket of water. If it's potted, keep it outside and just make sure you're watering it. But if it has had the bottom chopped off, then yeah, just keep it in a nice bucket of water until you're ready to bring it in. And I'd probably bring it in 10 days before Christmas. You just don't want all of those pines to start falling off the plant too soon. There we go, the plot's looking a lot more Christmassy now. No one can call me the Grinch anymore. I think that looks rather sweet down by the polyhouse. Actually, thinking of the polyhouse, let's go in and see how cold it's been in there and just check on some of those pelargoniums. I don't know if you can see that because there's a bit of condensation in there, but minus 4.8, which is pretty ruddy cold to be fair. The plants don't look too bad. I'll show you what they look like. So we'll start at the back. We've got 3 rose cuttings and they're doing brilliantly. I mean, they're still full of life. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get them out in the garden some point next year. It's a climbing rose and it's yellow. It was from one of the discounted plants and I took some cuttings from it. So yeah, we managed to get 3 new plants out of them. We've got the pelargonium there. We've got quite a few in here and it's doing absolutely fine. They don't really like anything below 5 degrees, but it's nearly been minus 5 in here and they're still doing absolutely fine. Down here we've got some more cuttings, so we've got a mixture of rosemary, we've got some fuchsias, a couple of roses in there as well, and the rosemary is actually putting on quite a bit of new growth, and same with the fuchsias. They're doing really well, so fingers crossed they're going to survive our winter in this polyhouse. And then if we come along here, so we've got some of the house leeks which rooted in this pot, and I'm just going to let them take over. Whatever was in here seems to have died, so we'll get rid of some of the pots. Here we've got some foxgloves, so I pricked quite a few out. I think it was 12 in total. These were the biggest ones, the biggest seedlings, so fingers crossed they should come on. They're a white alba foxglove. Then as we come along here, we've got more of the seedlings, so the bunny tails again doing absolutely fine. We've got candy tuft, Clarkia, which didn't do too well, and we've got some quite leggy plants in here, but these are all hardy annuals. The larkspur didn't do well at all. Peony poppy, I don't think I've got anything, and the cornflower too, so we will have to do some more sowings of those, but everything at this end seems to be doing really well. And if we move to the back, here we've got some more of the foxgloves, so these will be left alone now until the springtime, and then I will pot them up and hopefully they will start to put on a little bit more growth because they are quite small at the moment. But that was my fault because they're in quite a shallow tray and they do need to get their roots into some more soil. Then over here we've got some more of the house leeks. I need to think about doing a little project with them next year. They'll be absolutely fine over winter. They can deal with frost. They sort of grow in alpine, so up in the mountains. So they'll be absolutely fine, but again, yeah, just need to find a home for those. We've got the coreopsis. These should start dying back soon, but I'm just hoping that they've put on a really nice root system in there, so for next year they will just bounce back. We've got 1, 2, 3 of those. I divided that up from a discount plant. Then at the back we've got the dogwood or the cornus, and this has brilliant yellowy green stems, and I took quite a few cuttings from these, but as you can see, due to the time of year, they have lost their leaves, but fingers crossed they've put on a really nice root system as well. And I'm thinking about planting these down at the back where I planted the beetroot, just to give us a little bit more of a screen between us and the neighbour. And down here, this is just a little astilbe. Again, that should start dying back soon, so fingers fingers crossed that's put on a nice root system. And then in here we've got all the cuttings from my nan's garden. So we've got a mixture of the pelargoniums, and these were in our hanging baskets. We did have a couple of fuchsia in here. I think we've got a few, but they don't seem to like the cold at all, so we'll see how hardy those are. More pelargoniums there, and then this is the perennial wallflower, which is doing absolutely brilliantly. That is just from one cutting, and it's put on all that growth. So I think in spring I am going to try and take a few more cuttings from that. And down here we've got more of the foxgloves. Again, doing absolutely fine. They're the same ones as previous, so they're going to be a white colour. And I just think that's going to pop with a lot of the colours that I do have. And at the back, if you remember last weekend, we took some prunings from the fruit bushes, so the currant bushes, and we took quite a few hardwood cuttings in there. So I'm just hoping that they're going to be able to put on some roots, but that probably, you're not going to see any growth from those until the springtime. The only problem with hardwood cuttings is that they can rot out just given the time of year, so do keep an eye on them and don't water them too much. We've got more of the pelargoniums down here, and then we've got some of the, I think they're either strawberries or pine berries, I'm really not too sure. I should probably find out before I start giving them away to people. And then we've got the onions. It was my first year sowing onions and they didn't do too well, so I am just waiting for January, because in January the light levels do start to pick up compared to December. So fingers crossed for some more onions. But yeah, everything in here is looking absolutely fine, given that it's been down to minus 4.8. And fingers crossed, all of this will still be here come springtime 2024. So that is all we've got time for today, folks. It's a little bit too nippy down here to be sitting around, even with that fire going. So I'm going to head home. I've done quite a bit of Christmas shopping over the last few days, so I think I'm going to do some wrapping up with some Christmas songs on, and maybe a Christmas movie as well. Let me know what your favourite Christmas movie is. We've got the plot looking a little bit more festive with the little Christmas tree, and hopefully over years that will start to grow and eventually be quite a nice big Christmas tree that we can have indoors. Now, if you remember, I should have been visiting my little sister in Manchester this weekend, but unfortunately there's train strikes. Now, I'm all for the people, you strike away, but it's just a little bit unfortunate. So hopefully I'll be seeing her in the new year. Now, depending on the weather and how I'm feeling tomorrow, I might be down here for another adventure on the plot, but as you know, I should have really had a week off, and I have got a few days, so I might just sit and chill, given that it is really quite frosty. But you know me, I do like to get down here whatever the weather, so if I do pop down, I promise you guys there will be a video out this weekend. Now, don't forget guys, I want you guys to come up with a cute name for the cat. So I've been down here for a good 4 or 5 years now, and I've just never named it. It's always just been Puss Puss, Cat, Beautiful, you know, all the nicknames. So if you can think of a really good name for the kitty, let me know in the comments below, and then we can have a little vote and give her an actual name. So like I say, I'm going home, I'm going to warm myself up, do some wrapping up and get a little bit Christmassy now that we're in December. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys very soon. In the meantime, take care, see you later, bye bye.